I recall Central Park in fall. Utoya dress, what a mess. Oh, this is awkward. I didn't see you guys there. Well, as you can tell by the opening, welcome to the review of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'll change into something a little bit better. I'll be right back.
Honey, you're not going to school like this.
Call if you need us.
They bought it. How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
Bueller.
Cameron, babe. Get dressed and come on over.
Bueller.
He has been absent 9 times.
Bueller.
My father spent 3 years restoring this car.
I guess that's my dad.
Bueller. Bueller. I'm kidding. It's me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back for the long-awaited next video in the series. Today, we are talking about one of my all-time favorite movies, the 1986 classic, directed by the one, the only. Let's take a moment of silence for John Hughes and the great coming-of-age story, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, for those that have been living under a rock for the last 30-some-odd years, first of all, get up and see the movie. Second of all, this is a movie that gave me the fundamentals to be the man I am today. And by that, I mean man-child. Ferris Bueller's Day Off stars Matthew Broderick as the titular character. He takes a beautiful Chicago day to skip school and go all out on the town, along with his girlfriend, Sloane, played by Mia Sara, and his best friend and standout of the movie, Cameron, who I'm repping the jersey for, played by the great Alan Ruck. I would love to also give a shout out to the fourth main character I always say in this movie. Not Principal Rooney, we'll get to him. Trust me, we'll get to him. But the city of Chicago itself. Now, being someone that has not had the pleasure of going to Chicago yet, I feel like I've grown up there. The sights, the sounds, hell, even the smells. Going to the Cubs game, the parade. I feel like I'm a goddamn Chicagoan, if that's what you call you guys. I have no idea. But John Hughes does a great job on making the audience member feel like he's been born and raised on those streets. What a true love letter to the people and the city of Chicago. Touch on some of the performances in this movie. I mean, Matthew Broderick, if you look at his lineup of movies, this and War Games, this is probably his best performance. He turned Ferris Bueller into a pop culture icon. Every guy wanted to be Ferris Bueller in high school. His charm, his wit, his infectious energy, hell, it takes the whole school and they all get behind this crazy cause. You ask someone, you know, he's going to donate his eyes to Stevie Wonder or his organs.
Hi, Ferris. How's your bod? Oh my God, you're dying?
Uh-oh.
Is it serious?
I don't know. I hope not.
And it all leads to one of the two kind of antagonists in the movie, his sister Jeannie, who is the only person in the whole city that does not buy into Ferris. She sees right through his plan. Jennifer Grey plays this role perfectly. She is completely stonewall and does not take any of Ferris's crap. She is someone who, if you have siblings, you know, gets all of the blame of her little brother and everything he does. Now, me, I'm the youngest of 3 boys, but I was the one, and sorry if my brothers are watching this, but you know what I'm talking about, got all the crap. If something went wrong, it was on Nate. If someone forgot to flush the toilet, it was on Nate. We won't go into that. But she plays this role perfectly, and for it to all culminate in the end, I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but I really recommend you check this out. And you cannot talk about 80s antagonists without talking about the greatest principal of all time, Mr. Ed Rooney. Rooney. Rooney is the perfect foil for a character like Ferris. He is so straight-laced and by the book. He does not want someone like that to infect the population of his school. Mr. Charming, Mr. Charisma, the class clown. He's loved by all, and Rooney just sees him as a cancer.
Tell you what, dipshit. You don't like my policies, you can just come on down here and smooch my big old white butt.
Cat.
Pucker up, Buttercup.
What? Ferris Bueller's online too.
Everything in this movie really comes together like a perfect puzzle. Hell, Ferris's best friend. You would think his best friend would match his energy, would be this charismatic kind of person. No, Cameron at the start of the movie is this guy who wants nothing else but to stay in bed all day and be sick and doesn't want to be bothered by the outside world. He's scared of his parents, scared of his friend, scared to talk to anyone else. But Ferris pulls him out of bed and makes him go on this crazy adventure. And by the end of the day, it turns him into a new man. It makes Cameron live. Some of Alan Ruck's lines and his line delivery in this movie is just hilarious. He's done great work in other projects, but the dedication he gives to this role, he has a ball with it.
I put up with everything. My old man pushes me around. I never say anything. Well, he's not the problem, I'm the problem.
What is everyone in this movie? Everyone from the main characters all the way down to the side characters you see in this movie for 5 seconds, they all have a ball with this movie. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to talk about one scene in particular. I can pick out a bunch of them, but I think what really sticks out to everyone that watches this movie is the parade scene. Now, I've heard from so many different sources that a lot of this was improvised. For those who haven't seen it, non-spoilers, Ferris and his gang of friends find themselves caught up in the middle of a parade. And Ferris gets up on one of the floats and performs a very famous Beatles song. Insert clips here. The whole city looks like they came together and everyone was having a blast. I always say if there's one movie scene that I could go back and be a part of, it would be this. There is many times I've recreated the scene in the shower. Overall, my thoughts of Ferris Bueller's Day Off is one of nostalgia, one of wonder, and one of belief that one day I can maybe even create a sliver of what John Hughes created with this masterpiece. For those who haven't seen it, obviously I recommend the movie, but watch the movie with a friend. Watch the movie with someone that you'll laugh with. Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop once in a while, you could miss it. Everyone who tuned in, especially after Durant Cinema's video that I was in, I thank you so much. Without you guys showing me support, Dave, without you having me in your video a few times, I would not have this channel, I would not have the following. To you guys, I thank you so much, and I thank you for coming here to grow with me. This is the beginning of the journey. It's gonna be a long and fun one. So thank you guys so much. Just know I appreciate you all and I love you all. Until next time, I will see you around. I love you all. What are you guys still doing here? The review's over. Go. Go home. Go. It's okay. Go.